Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang. With me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. First, you know him, you love him, Nate Littlegoon Foss.
What's up?
Also with us is our other co-host, everyone's favorite Dan, the Statman Scully.
Nate took my line.
Dan's
And
the favorite.
And to introduce our special guest today, I will pass it to Nate so he can give his spiel.
This guy's pretty good. He's a member of the 100-point club as a junior. No big deal. Atlantic Hockey Player of the Year last year, preseason Player of the Year this year. It's alternate captain Carter Wilkie.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Glad to be on.
Well, thank you for coming on. How have you been? How's your semester going so far? How's your year going so far?
It's going good. Obviously, getting through school, it's that time where stuff starts to pick up a little bit. Midterms are coming up, so just dialing in a little bit, kind of getting ahead of myself before playoffs in a little bit aspect. But other than that, it's been going well. How about you guys?
Very good.
Good, recovering from the wild weekend that was this weekend.
A lot of screaming and yelling.
Yeah, my voice was struggling yesterday.
I can imagine.
So what are your thoughts on the season? Regular season, we're done. Playoffs are here. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm juiced about it. It's an exciting time. Obviously, we had a great regular season. Obviously, we came first again back to back, and that's a hard thing to do. Obviously, and it's a great accomplishment for us, and really excited about that. And now it's when it really matters, right? You want to win a championship, so it's all about now. The regular season doesn't matter if you're first or if you're eighth or if you're 12th or whatever it is. You got to win to keep on going through.
So you mentioned the regular season champ, like it was interesting. Did you guys talk about if you were gonna celebrate with the trophy or not beforehand, or was it just kind of a spur of the moment? I know the superstition behind it and all that,
Yeah.
but did you guys talk about it or?
Yeah, it for sure came up. Last year we didn't touch it just because it wasn't in the building when we won, and we obviously lost that game when we did clinch it. So that was a little bit of a dampening mood on top of that. And then this year, yeah, having it in the building was really cool. We kind of planned it out a little bit. We told you guys to stay around. We're taking the picture afterwards. And before, I don't know if it was like kind of spur in the moment, but we said like we were gonna touch the trophy if we won. So we're doing that, and then yeah, in the moment, just guys were getting up celebrating at the corner crew. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I might as well get involved as well. So,
That was awesome.
That and winning 9-2 definitely helps the vibes along with that when you get a little more excited, especially coming off a win like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the rest of the conference this year?
And like competition wise,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a strong one. Like we've lost to teams like Merciers and Niagara's or whatever, and a couple other lower end teams who have had our numbers and stuff like that. So you go into any game and you got to win games, obviously, and we're proving ourselves as a conference. They're winning out of conference games against some other big teams as well. So I think the conference is growing and developing, but obviously we want to stay as the top one in the conference and hopefully represent Atlantic hockey in the tournament as well.
Tournament fun. It's always a fun time, man. We got to get there this year, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the whole goal.
There. Come on.
It's the whole goal. 5 more games, 5 more wins.
5 more. One at a time.
You guys were almost that getting to celebrate with you guys with the trophy was pretty great. Like I will say that was really fun.
Yeah, that was really cool, especially today. Josh posting that video of it.
That was insane.
I got goosebumps watching it, and just makes you want to do it with the actual like playoff trophy at the end of it as well. So
I'm just waiting to see that clip on the Jumbotron at GPC because I watched that and just thought in my head, yeah, they're 100% putting that up there as like the new like pregame video before you guys come out. 100% that's going to be in there.
I hope so, but I don't get to see those. I get to be in the tunnel and get juiced up for when I come out on the ice. But hopefully eventually I'll be able to see it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely a cool video for sure. You got a really cool shot, and I'm happy about that.
All right, here comes the part Jay's excited for.
All right, I gotta change real quick for this because I've been waiting for this like literally forever. Oh my god, it's been awesome. As I just really quickly just dropped that for a second. So as many people will know, I am a big fan of the Golden Knights, and you were at Dev Camp with them this summer. So can you talk about that a little bit and the experience you had with them?
Yeah, so it was a really cool experience. Like obviously I got invited pretty early on, and they're really interested. They watched a lot of games and stuff like that. So This is my first time traveling, obviously for a development camp as well. So getting flying down somewhere a lot. The previous year I was in Calgary, so right where I'm from. But yeah, really professional organization. They just won the cup, so knowing I was going to camp and then watching them go on that playoff run was really cool. And then just like kind of getting a little more excited and more excited. Like you don't need more really get up to get to a NHL camp and show yourself that way. It's like a goal, obviously, but them just winning the cup and stuff like that, and go in there and then you get to hear from a couple of their players about the whole experience about the cup run, which is really cool. So I got to hear from those guys about what their journey was, and then playing down there, they just treated me like a pro, and it was a really cool experience, and definitely learn a lot. And they're not easy days by any means, but stuff like that. But that city is definitely a wild city. It's my first time ever experiencing something like that. You got to walk through a casino to get any type of food or anything like that. So it's definitely a little different to experience that as obviously like a player and a person. But definitely a cool city, and they treat you really well. Really nice facility, and definitely learned a lot. And I came out of that a better player than I went in for sure.
Because they had who White Cloud and Amadio talk to you guys, right?
It was White Cloud and Heg.
Okay, that's what I figured. It was. No, I don't think the cup was there when you were at camp, because I think somebody had it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they were doing. I think it was with some of their personnel and some of their staff at the time, or it was just going from place to place around there. But yeah, they didn't have it at the time. But yeah, and also it's kind of crazy. You didn't really realize it until that point, but their entire staff, like up until that camp, they hadn't taken like any time off really, minus like Christmas, because their season was that long. So we were there like a week or two after they won everything. So it was like holy, so a couple of their staff had to leave a little earlier to go have some family time, obviously, and you just like realize like that to win that's like that much more. You got to really dedicate yourself to basically an entire year to win that stuff. So it just makes it almost like cooler to witness and kind of get that firsthand experience with it.
Was it easier going into this one as say Calgary last year because you kind of knew what to expect a little bit? Like, did you go in with like a maybe a little bit of a different mindset, or
I'd say I went in with the same mindset. Like obviously you want to prove yourself. You want to be a like you want to stand out. Obviously, you're in a camp as being a free agent. Like I'm not a draft pick, so I'm not their property or anything like that. And got to do some. I at least thought a little bit more to stand out, but uh, same mindset. But yeah, definitely a little bit more confidence or a little bit more composure, like knowing what to expect and kind of knowing a bit more about how to hold yourself and everything like that. And it was a different camp compared to Calgary too, so it's like different experiences, different personnel. Obviously, it's not like you know every guy there, but definitely a little bit more comfortable going into it for sure. But at the end of the day, it was still hockey, and that's what we're all good at eventually enough to go there. So it's makes it easy and it makes it fun. Luckily, I was with a good group of guys as well, so it was fun.
did you know anybody going in, or just
Just hockey community is as small as it is, right? So
right?
you see one guy, you talk to him for a little bit, who he's playing with, a couple other college guys. Obviously, we bond a little bit easier because we're obviously all going through the exact same thing and know people on multiple teams and stuff like that, or juniors and areas. Because I've played with guys like all across Canada and the U.S. and stuff like that. So you find a couple mutual buddies that end up sparking conversation. It makes it a little more comfortable and a little more like a homely spot, not just as much of a stranger anymore.
So I guess let's go back a little bit.
Mhm.
Playing juniors, what was the recruiting process like for you?
To come to RIT?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, uh, didn't really have any offers coming out of uh, my 18, 19-year-old years, just like one or two at the time, but nothing like too crazy or too exciting at the time. And then my 20-year-old year was the COVID year, so you can't visit really. Schools can't come up and watch you live, and that whole fifth year thing came around. So like you don't know about when guys or how many spots are going to be available or anything like that. So you couldn't really wait. And luckily, Wilson then saw a couple of my games early on. And thank you again for the BC to get us going that season or whatever, to get some games in as well. Because I know a bunch of other leagues are either canceled or in the process of trying to get some games going. And they liked what I saw, and obviously, and then they brought up my family as well. They had a conversation with them, called, had a nice like Zoom like we're having right now, but a little more formal, obviously. And so yeah, I brought them in, and I thought that was a really cool experience. And then talked to them for a little bit longer. Gave me a couple days to make my decision. I was lucky enough to know Logan Drackett he's from Calgary and played with my older brother, so I knew him pretty well. And then Daniel Chenard and I played together, so called him as well and asked about his experience, stuff like that. And they said I wouldn't regret it and I'd enjoy the hell out of my time here. And so far I have. So they just said whatever you see on camera, like it doesn't compare to what you're gonna get out of it. And so far it's tenfold what I expected when I got here. So it's really cool experience and I'm happy I did choose RIT. It's a hell of a spot. I can't really complain. You got a corner crew like you guys right now. It's the best fans in the nation. You can't really compare with what's going on here. It's a cool experience for sure.
I do enjoy the tire pumping a little bit. That is my favorite part of the interviews.
You guys deserve it though. It's fun. It wouldn't be the same experience though, you guys, obviously.
Oh yeah. Um, so what's your favorite moment so far from playing at RIT? Do you have just one, or is there like a bunch that you can think of?
Like personally, individually,
Oh
like just
yeah,
myself.
Individually and as a team.
yeah, yes. That what Nate said.
Yeah. So uh, there's like anytime you're at Blue Cross, it's a really cool experience, and luckily haven't lost there. So I would say like this year, probably one of my highlights was us scoring that goal in Blue Cross and looking at you guys and seeing everyone erupt. That was a pretty cool experience, stuff like that. And then playoff wins are really cool as well. Like obviously you win and you celebrate with the guys and it's a little more forgiving. But yeah, and then if I have to say probably my all time would be my hat trick the other weekend. I had a lot of family and friends down. So that was a really cool experience to have that happen with them all down here. It's really surreal to kind of do that stuff with all those people that have known me since I was a baby. So it was really cool, especially being they only come down first time since I've been in college for them and my parents. It was like the second time this year. So for it to line up like that, it was a pretty cool experience.
When did you start the
Yeah,
hand of
I
the
was
year
gonna say
salary?
that.
I love that picture from Blue Cross, by the way. I use it all the time. Like when people say on Twitter, somebody will say something about like, "Oh, Atlantic Hockey doesn't deserve a tournament bid." I'll just send that picture and they'll be like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah. It kind of was a premeditated. I won't lie. It wasn't spur of the moment. I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Just like can't really sleep the nights before games or stuff like that, or just leading up to Blue Cross. Just obviously ideas are going through your head. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll just get them riled up here. Let's see how loud they can actually get. And I
Well,
knew
that worked.
luckily where you guys were. I was like, hopefully I'm gonna score and come by the corner crew and tell you guys to get loud. But luckily the picture looked a lot cooler than I actually did in camera and everything like that. It looked a little more like a man standing there with the scarecrow arm. So yeah, I just kind of a little premeditated to see what you guys would react with. And that picture did end up looking really, really cool. So props to the photographer there for making me look a little better than it probably did. But yeah, it was definitely a cool experience.
Dude, I'm gonna say your freshman year at Dwyer, when you score with what, 13 seconds left,
Yeah,
and
Oh.
just
forgot about that one.
beeline for the oh my
Oh.
god, I lost it.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that has to be that's up there for sure in the top ones. That was a yeah, just because Niagara wasn't I don't know what it is. We have that ongoing beef and rivalry with them, and you guys obviously show up. And luckily, or this year we beat them again, but hopefully next year and stuff like that we can get more wins over there if we do play again. Because I don't really want to stick it to them again on their barn, not let them jump into you guys, and rather have an experience like me jumping into the glass like that again.
Oh, I love when they jump into us because I'm just like, all right, we have the key to your minds. That's fine.
Yeah,
I say it like,
that is what you
man,
guys
it's
do have.
it's kind of sad that they don't have their own fans to celebrate with, so they have to celebrate with us. But,
Yeah,
whatever.
Like I said, you guys are one of the best fan bases in the nation, if not the best. So it's kind of hard for somebody else to compete with it.
Um, so look, before we go into our speed run at the end, just kind of one kind of other line of questioning was, you've had honestly a phenomenal start to your career as a Tiger. Like Nate said, you rookie of the year, player of the year last year, preseason player this year. Like, what is like the what is that? What do those accolades mean personally to you, or is it just kind of like, yep, like they're here, like I just want to win? Like what's your mindset when it comes to that kind of thing?
Yeah, just kind of like how you said it secondly there. It's definitely like cool to experience and it's definitely something like you aspire to be like obviously you want to be the best player all the time when you're growing up. You want to be all that guy and stuff like that. But it's cool to come across, but it doesn't come without winning, obviously, and without the guys that are around me. So Without those guys producing, like I swear, Aiden and I joke about it all the time. Having JoJo on that one flank over there ripping one timers, like pretty easy to get a secondary assist and help pad the stats a little bit when you're passing the puck over to Aiden. He's sliding over to JoJo, and vice versa with line mates that I've had like Grady Hobbs, Cody Laskowski, Gonzalez, all these great players that I play with. They help me out all the time, and they're the reason I have accolades and stuff like that. So it's nothing really too big, and personal accolades are all cool and stuff like that. But I think you remember more of the team ones because you're experiencing with other guys, and that's the main mission, that's the main goal. And I haven't experienced it yet, obviously, and I hope this year that we do be able to host a trophy, and I think that'll be the thing that'll last with me the longest of my entire career. I guarantee you, in like 20 years' time, you can tell me how many goals I had my freshman year, my sophomore, junior, senior year, whatever it was. I'd remember winning the championship over any of those.
What's funny is Aiden literally said the same thing. He's like, dude, why would I take shots? I'll just pass it to JoJo and let him do all the work. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely being on a team with the guys we are right now. It's really cool, and it's I haven't been with a group like this talented and this skilled in my entire life, and uh, I don't know if you guys get the experience of it too, but just being in the room and the culture with it, it's just it's fun going to the rink every day and having somebody you can compete and mark up against, stuff like that. So like we have a guy like Cody Laskowski, lighting up the league this year and tearing up, leading our team in points. Like I guarantee a bunch of people didn't expect that, but if you watched him all the way through his career, he's been this type of player. It's just puck's finally going in the net for him, and he's deserving of it. And hopefully he gets a nod for that MVP bid as well, because I'm rooting for him as best I can. But you put a lot of skilled players on the ice, a lot of good things are going to happen. So it's been fun.
I would say we can tell you guys are, a close knit team, just the way you guys play. And when one guy's has a guy getting shoved on him, everybody's kind of coming in to defend him. So
Yeah, no, we
you-
definitely don't like that. It's you mess with one of us, you got a lot of us coming after you, so it's fun.
love it. Love it.
Speed round going.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Sure.
let's do that.
First one is, why are you wearing number 21?
My uncle wore it when he played university hockey in Canada. So my middle name's the same as his name, so I just thought it was a cool thing. And honestly, Nick Bruce is wearing 19, the number I wore in junior. So it was a nice little thing to have 21 as an option, and a good story to have as well.
Okay, wait. Actually, speaking of Nick Bruce, you may know the answer to this. So I work at a grocery store kind of down
Oh,
the way.
jeez.
Nick Bruce, your freshman year, this dude bought probably 19 pounds of literal bananas. I don't know why. Nicholson didn't know why when I asked him, do you know why he bought 19 pounds of raw bananas?
Guy likes bananas.
Nicholson thought he was going to throw them at people. That's what his explanation. He's probably to throw at his roommates. But I'm like,
Oh,
I need to know the answer to this at some point.
I bet you if you ask Nick, he'll give you the answer. I bet.
I'm just like, dude's got a whole like box full of them, and I'm like, why is he buying all this? Like, what does he need it for?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just maybe he likes bananas. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the reasoning for that one.
Favorite jersey to wear at RAT?
Favorite one. Oh, I like the whites because it means we're at home.
That's a good answer. What was your favorite junior one?
My favorite junior one. We got a really cool Christmas one in Chilliwack that I really liked. It was a Christmas themed jersey.
That's cool.
I have to go find that.
Your favorite NHL team?
I currently don't have one. I had a bunch of favorite players growing up. I was a Chicago Blackhawks fan for a while just because Jonathan Toews is my favorite player. And since he's out of the league, I kind of don't have an association with one right now. I'm a big fan, just like a lot of hockey players, and obviously I study a lot of them. So put McDavid on the ice, I'm gonna watch. You put like guy like Hughes on the ice, I'm gonna watch, and like Eichel and all these guys are obviously guys I want to look up to and try and pick things from. But I don't have a favorite team at the moment. No.
What's your favorite sport to play or to watch other than hockey?
Rugby.
Rugby.
Really?
Interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. I do like watching golf. Obviously, if I had to play one, it'd be golf because I can't really play rugby right now. I'm scared of getting mauled over by some guys.
Yeah,
but
that wouldn't be good.
I know I played rugby in high school, and watching that Six Nations thing on documentary on Netflix right now is something I tuned into as well. So played rugby as a kid in high school and stuff like that and loved it. And obviously hockey took over precedent over that for a while, but I think it's just an awesome sport, just actual like behemoths of men running down the field and a lot of contact. So it's fun. Always something going on.
Rugby sevens especially is crazy.
Really fast. Really fast.
Do you have a favorite
Never.
team? Do you have a favorite rugby team to watch, or just watch rugby in general?
Well, yeah, you watch the All Blacks play, they're insane. So that's New Zealand, so they're really good players. And then Fijians are just crazy. They're masterminds with the rugby ball. So you can't really you just watch the game and anything you watch, every player's they got some special players all across the board. So it's really cool.
Your favorite rink to play at other than GPC, because that's the obvious answer.
I'd say Niagara. I said this before on a podcast too. Niagara, you guys make that your own secondary home, and like Canisius too is up there now as well because of the performance you guys had on Saturday out there. So these close rinks, when you guys show up, definitely are top of the notch just because it feels like another home rink, obviously.
Okay, so when I got to Harbor Center on Saturday, I got off the elevator and did not see a single blue or yellow shirt in the entire time until they opened the doors. It was insane. Did not see that come.
Neither did we, honestly. We didn't expect you guys to show up in that full of a force, but it was really cool.
Well, I figured there'd be people there because it was their senior night. There was it looked like an RIT home
Yeah.
game. Like, really?
It sounded like an RAT home game.
I know.
Yeah, that was definitely a cool experience.
Your least favorite rink to play at?
I want to say, like, honestly, I want to say Mauritius Niagara as well. Niagara is fun when you guys are there and showing up, but just shitty dressing room. Not really a big fan of the whole commodity and the whole setup out there. And it's just kind of a gloomy rink, so it's not really fun. But when you guys are there, it's definitely a better atmosphere and stuff like that. But when we played them this year out there a couple times, it was like during break and stuff like that. So you guys weren't all back or whatever. So a little tougher during those ones to get up for a game out there. But yeah, just no real fans out of those environments, and that's just really what you kind of thrive on as a hockey player as well. So
Your favorite team in in the league or non-conference to play against?
oh, it was fun to play against Notre Dame. Obviously, they're Big Ten. Going there was really cool. Really cool experience to play over there. And obviously playing them here, they're a really stacked squad. Playing Clarkson was fun. My buddy was a backup goalie, so unfortunately he didn't get into the game or didn't start against us. But anytime he can play like a friend from home or something like that, it's a really cool experience. Missed out on Dartmouth as well, but it's just fun those games. And Notre Dame, obviously, they're being a Big Ten school. They have a lot of big names and stuff like that. So it's cool to kind of play and measure yourself up against a squad and program like that.
Is there a team you hit that when you got to play them, you're like, oh, great, these guys again?
I'd say Air Force is like that just because you know what you're expecting. Like it's chip and it's gonna be a hard hockey game. It's gonna be war. It's like it's nothing. They play they play a really good game and they play their style really well, but it's just you kind of gotta be ready for it and expecting it and kind of just you can't there's no way to avoid it. You just gotta be ready to take a hit and you might get tackled here and there and it might not get called, but you just gotta be used to it and if you let it affect you, that's the worst part. But yeah, you just know they're coming, so it's just mentally getting there and prepared for it. It's the hardest part.
And then the guy scores a hat trick against him, no biggie. Um, no, I told people that all day before that game, I was like, this RAT Air Force historically has always been a crazy high scoring close game or like no goals at all and like 2-1, 3-2, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was 7-3. And I was like, oh yeah, didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's got the best flow? We've been forgetting to ask everybody this year. Who's got the best hair this year? And you can say yourself too if you think it's you.
Well, obviously, I'm going to pick the one ginger on the team, right? So you got to show some love there. We're a rare breed of people, so no, I wouldn't give myself the best flow. Honestly, Richie's got some locks. Lushy has got some hair as well on him. If it depends on the day, whichever one of those guys showers or controls their hair that morning, it probably looks the best in the rink. But Yeah, I'd have to give it probably to one of those two. They have the best mops on the team.
Who's the best dressed like pregame? Who's got the best suit game?
Who's got the best suits? Tanner Andrews got a good suit game. I'd say that. I'd throw myself a little bone there too. I think I got some good style. I'm definitely a shoe fan when it comes to it. I pull out a couple of crazier ones. So but Tanner Andrews got a clean setup. Yeah, I'd probably put him and me up there for best dressed before games.
If you could have a goal song, what would it be?
If I could have a goal song. Oh wow. Ring of Fire.
Really?
Johnny Cash song?
Yeah, might as well. It's the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh, that's so good.
That'd be
Oh
so
my
awesome.
God.
I wouldn't even know. Like, if we didn't have the list before and that came on, I wouldn't know how to react.
I just went with the first thing that popped in my head, Ring of Fire.
It's a
Because
good one.
when we asked Tommy, his response was something stupid like Crazy Frog or Barbie or something like that. And then Busey said, what
Which would
was
be
his?
totally fine if
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
if he
Yeah.
that one. The
Yeah,
Niagara
he was close. He was close.
Oh.
And then what Aiden said something by Pitbull, I think it was.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And then he started playing it live, and we're like, "Oh my God, you're gonna get us a copyright strike! Please stop!"
Except it didn't come through his mic, so it didn't matter.
So it was fine.
That's fair.
Um,
I'll probably go Johnny Cash. Give it some, a little nostalgic. Obviously, country guy and from Calgary too. I think it's the Flames goal song or whatever. So I heard it a bunch growing up, going to games. So kind of funny to bring it to Rochester.
that'd be awesome.
Be fine with it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans at all before we wrap up?
Thank you guys for the support this year, obviously, and all the thanks and congratulations that you guys send me. It doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate it a lot, and obviously the boys do as well. And come along for the playoff run. Let's go on a journey together and host a trophy at the end of it when the next 5 games are up here.
Oh, don't worry, we're coming. No matter where you go, even after those 5 games, hopefully we'll be there. So
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. So that being said, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Obviously, the playoffs are right around the corner now. So thank you for taking time to talk to us for a little bit. Just wrapping it up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Links to socials are in the description. Have a great night, everybody. Go Tigers.
Hey, you guys appreciate it.
R-I-T, R-I-T, R-I-T.